Before I dive into this review, I want to make it clear that we are in no way sponsored by 8bitdo. All of the thoughts and opinions you're about to hear are entirely my own, drawn from my personal experience with their product. So if I love it, it's real, and if I roast it, well, that's real too. Unboxing the product, we have the USB-C cable, 2.4 GHz wireless dongle, and the controller itself. This controller is the lovechild of an official collaboration between Black Myth Wukong and 8bitdo, which is basically like two cool kids in school teaming up to make something awesome. And hey, this isn't 8bitdo's first rodeo. They've done collaborations before, like the Ultimate 2.4G wireless controller with the Chongyun exclusive Director's Bundle. So yeah, they're no strangers to the collab life. Honestly, if this is a sign that 8bitdo plans to keep cranking out more of these crossover controllers, then I'm all for it. These things are straight up fire. I just wish they'd do it more often. Like, come on 8bitdo, stop teasing us and drop these collabs like they're hot, because let's be real, our wallets are out, but you can't stop us from being more financially irresponsible.
You know it.
There are two versions of this controller, wired and wireless, and both versions are compatible with Windows and Android. It's not that noticeable, but if you look close enough, you can see the components of the controller. The flame design on both sides of the controller is reminiscent of the flame prominent in the game. The red buttons and red sticks are just the right colorway for this controller and a cool representation of the game. 8bitdo did a really good job with the design aesthetics of this. This one surprised me, as it's the first time I've encountered tactile clicky shoulder buttons. I really hope hardware companies start incorporating these into future controllers because they have a great feel and the light clicking nature of the buttons is incredibly satisfying to use. I don't know if I can ever go back to the old school shoulder buttons we're all used to, or maybe this is just my inner diva gamer making a dramatic exit. Stage left once again. The joysticks are already Hall effect joysticks, as are the triggers. I'm honestly not sure how 8bitdo is staying in business with all these premium components crammed into their budget controllers. It feels like they've got some secret underground parts deal going on.
I declare bankruptcy!
But hey, if anyone's winning here, it's definitely us gamers. Another thing I didn't expect are the metal anti-friction rings located just beneath the thumb grips. And with the metal rings around the housing of the analog sticks, this design choice makes for a super smooth joystick action. Remappable R4 and L4 buttons are here to give you that edge you never knew you needed. Now, personally, I've never had issues with back buttons. In fact, I use them all the time. But apparently, a lot of gamers don't share that love, and I guess 8bitdo heard their cries. Instead of traditional back buttons, they threw in L4 and R4 buttons, because, you know, gamers love options. Honestly, gamers are so extra sometimes, like, if there's a way to make a button more gamery, they'll find it. At first, I was a little skeptical about these L4, R4 buttons. They just seemed like they'd be awkwardly placed, but surprisingly, once I got my hands on them, they felt pretty comfy and ergonomic, easy to reach with my index fingers too. It's almost like my hands were saying, hey, why haven't we been doing this all along?
It is ergonomically correct. It's a good chair.
So I decided to map my L3 button to my L4 button. How? Easy. Just press L3 and then L4 and hit that record button just like that, and voila! The same process works for any other buttons on the controller. Now you're set to map your L4 and R4 button to whatever you want, and you'll feel like you just unlocked a secret level in the game of life. We love making these videos, and we're definitely not stopping anytime soon. But hey, if you want to feed our caffeine addiction and keep the lights on, smash that like button and hit subscribe. It helps us out a ton. Alright, enough groveling. Back to the good stuff. I've had a love-hate relationship with D-pads over the years, particularly with third-party controllers and retro handhelds. Looking at you, Anne Bernick. However, I'm happy to say that I've never encountered any issues with the D-pads on 8bitdo controllers. They've consistently met my expectations, and especially here with their Ultimate C controller lineup, so no problems here. The 1000Hz polling rate available on both the 2.4 GHz wireless and wired connections is a standard feature that ensures incredibly precise and low latency responsiveness. Honestly, it's amazing that we've reached a point in tech where the difference between wired and wireless latency is like trying to find Waldo in a blackout. It's basically invisible. Wireless used to mean freedom, but with a side of lag. And now it's like, wait, you can't tell the difference? Surprise, it's wireless. This is especially great for gamers who need razor-sharp real-time accuracy. I'm talking about those intense fighting game moments where you're pulling off 12-button combos like your life depends on it. Every single micro movement has to be one-to-one with no room for error. It's a difference between winning a match or screaming at your monitor because your character decided to throw a punch after you've already been KO'd. 8bitdo Black Myth Wukong official collaboration controllers are now available on Amazon and come in wireless and wired versions with $35 for the wireless version and $24 for the wired version. Like I've said before, I have no idea how 8bitdo stays in business with these absurdly cheap, high-quality controllers. But hey, who's complaining? Gamers everywhere are winning big, and we're all here for it. This 8bitdo collaboration controller, yet another win for them, and honestly, an easy just take my money moment for anyone who needs a solid controller for Windows or Android. With all the cool features they've managed to cram into this thing, the 8bitdo Black Myth Wukong isn't just good, it's borderline unfair to compare it to first-party controllers. Dare I say, this might even be the real chosen one of controllers. That's it! That's my review on the 8bitdo Black Myth Wukong controller. What do you guys think? Do you want us to review other controllers? Do you think there's a more formidable controller out there? Let us know in the comment section below. This is Game8 News and Reviews, signing off.